Race fans, before we get ready and set for the Crown Vics on the high banks, I'm going to draw the final 2 tickets of the kids' ticket. So if you have a kids' ticket, make sure you get that out now. That way we can get the last 2 in before the main events here tonight. The first ticket is a red ticket. If you have that ticket, just bring it up to the press box and let them know you need to see Will, the announcer here at Salem Speedway, in the press box. Red ticket 263-9899. 263-9899. That is a red ticket. 263-9899. The second ticket that was drawn was a blue ticket. That is 127002. 127002. That ticket is a blue ticket, 127002. So if you have one of those 2 tickets, bring it to the press box, and I will give you your certificate for the merchandise stand here at Salem Speedway. Coming up next will be the Crown Vics up on the high banks. It will be the Mike's Muffler and Brakes Crown Vic 35 feature race event here tonight. The next time these drivers will be in action will be the Red Whirl Big Bang 100 on Friday, July the 5th. Going to be a great night that night here at Salem Speedway. Getting the last few Crown Vics in a line, then we'll give you the starting lineup tonight for tonight's 35-lap feature for the Mike's Muffler and Brake Crown Vic division here at Salem Speedway. Now your starting lineup for tonight's 35-lap feature up on the pole. It's going to be the number 35 of Mike Basham. To his outside, the Anderson, Indiana 24A of Noah Allison. Inside row number 2, it will be the number 619 from Whitesville, Kentucky. That is Garrett Roby. And Dylan Kalin from the Louisville, Kentucky native in the number 18. He was your overall fastest qualifier here tonight. Starting 5th from Elizabeth, Indiana, it will be the number 86 multi-time winner here at Salem Speedway, Ronnie Basham III in the number 86 machine. Rolling off 6th, the Radcliffe, Kentucky native in the 34C, Chase Adams. Rolling off 7th here tonight from Indianapolis, Indiana, it's the number 24, James Micasell, and your winner earlier on in the short track, the number 59 of Carter Cook. Rolling off 9th, it will be Louisville, Kentucky's Jerry Payne in the number 40 and Kyle Lefevre in the number 228. John Lister from Brooks, Kentucky will roll off 11th. Todd Harrison will be rolling off in that number 12 spot in the number 6 car. And Bradley Moore from Henryville, Indiana rolls off 13th in the number 8. Rolling off 14th, it will be Roger Vincent's number 16 from Pendleton, Kentucky. And the number 49 tonight going to be piloted by Paul Hartledge. In the number 49 and from Mount Washington, Kentucky is Nick Payne. But Brandenburg, Kentucky is where Paul Hartledge calls home. 16th starting spot will go to Gage Dunn from Jeffersonville, Indiana, the number 29, and Johnny Miller III from Henryville, Indiana, the number 31. Rolling off 18 will be the D4 from Fairdale, Kentucky, Darren Rissinger, and 19th starter Tyler Payne from Owensboro, Kentucky. Rolling off 20th from Huntingburg, Indiana, in the number 77, it will be Corbin Person, and 21st starter Ray Ewing from Shepherdsville, Kentucky, in the 07. Rolling off 22nd tonight will be Radcliffe, Kentucky's Katie St. Clair in the 181, and Joshua Kress rolls off 23rd from Louisville, Kentucky in the 04. Rolling off 24th tonight will be Josh Walker from Shepherdsville, Kentucky in the number 27, and Kenny St. Clair in the 25th starting spot from Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Rolling off 26 will be Mark Barrett from Eastview, Kentucky in the number 6, and Kevin Vaughn from Louisville, Kentucky in the number 43. Rolling off 28th in the number 51S, it will be Tim Smith from Blainesville, Indiana, and Daniel Frick rolling off 29th from Huntingburg, Indiana in the 7F. Your final two starters here tonight. In the 30th spot will be Tommy Pitcher in the number 3810, and then the 31st starting spot will be Austin Scott from Lexington, Kentucky, or Indiana, excuse me there. So the final cars making their final preparations behind the Eddie Gilstrap Motors Pace vehicle before we go green with a 35-lap feature here tonight. Now, race fans, very interesting rule change here in this main event coming up for the Crown Vics. Now, you might want to listen up if you don't understand, maybe you do, but with it being so hot and the tire wear on these cars, all drivers are for this. If there is no caution between lap 15 and 20, okay, there will be a competition caution at 20. The cars will be allowed to come down PNC Pit Road. If they change their tires, they will go to the tail. If they do not, they will keep their position. Now, if there is a caution between 15 and 20, that will serve as the competition caution, and they will be coming down pit road that time. So because of the hot temperatures and tire wear on these Crown Vics, that is the rule. Oh, sorry, that is the trucks. Glenn Luckett, he's taking blame for that. This is for the trucks. So that is for the trucks tonight. Scared me a little bit. I was like, truck, tire wear. Well, we'll go with that. But that is for the trucks tonight. So no competition caution in the Crown Vics, as they do not even have a competition caution for a 100-lap race here. So depends on the temperature of that track on July 4th weekend. That's always going to be fun to watch the Crown Vics out here. So beautiful sight. As you know, it all started with that spooky 200, Halloween 200. There was a lot of disbelievers of the Crown Vics on the high banks and the competition that was coming. But ever since that race, the Crown Vics on the high banks have been one of the best races we've seen here at Salem Speedway. So it's a beautiful sight. Over 30 cars here tonight, 35 laps. Going to be fun to watch. Field begins to roll off behind the Eddie Gilstrap Motors Pace vehicle. 35 laps set to be the distance. So making sure the track is clear here tonight, getting ready to see the 35-lap main event here tonight, Salem Speedway. Beautiful sight, sun setting in the distance. We appreciate each and every one of you coming out tonight on a hot night, being with us here at Salem Speedway, fueled by the Hoosier Lottery. Looks like 29 drivers made the call of the 31. So 31 drivers entered today, 29 make the call. Here tonight in the Crown Vics 35-lap feature. It's always the fiercest competitors out here trying to tame the high banks at Salem Speedway. Race fans, these drivers have been told on their radio, this is the wave lap. These drivers love seeing you out of your feet, waving your hands. They love seeing a full crowd here tonight. These are the top 29 drivers in the Crown Vics trying to tame the high banks here tonight. Wish these drivers Godspeed for the next 35 laps in the on-site plumbing, heating and air, Mike's Muffler and Brakes Crown Vic 35. Lights are out on the Eddie Gilstrap Motors Pace vehicle. Next time by, we'll see these 29 Crown Vics come to life here at Salem Speedway. We'll have the top three in Red Ball Recycling Victory Lane at the conclusion of this one. Mike Basham, Noah Allison on the front row, Garrett Roby and Dylan Kaling, your overall fastest qualifier. Ronnie Basham III, who's already found a Red Ball Recycling Victory Lane in 2024. Chase Adams, champion here at Salem Speedway. Eddie Gilstrap Motors vehicle pace picks up speed. He'll make the hard left-hand turn on pit road. The Donnie Mingus restart zone getting ready to come to life. The Crown Vics 29 strong, 35 laps. We are underway here at Salem Speedway. Down in turns 1 and 2, Noah Allison trying to make the high side work. That is the preferred group. He will jump out. Ronnie Basham almost getting together with one car. Chase Adams on the back straightaway exiting turns number 2. Everyone knows to tell. It's going to be Noah Allison leading lap number 1. He has won here. He has won the Spooky 200 one time. Can he find victory lane yet again here tonight? Mike Basham in that number 2 spot. Dylan Kaling on the inside. Down he moves back to the top side. He is in third right now. Chase Adams fourth. Ronnie Basham the third in your top 5. 2 laps complete so far. Down the front straightaway they go. Noah Allison, he is all out front from here. Good battle. Ronnie Basham committed to the high side. He almost commits. Ronnie knows the high side is the way to go here at Salem Speedway. Garrett Roby on the inside back there battling for position underneath. Believe that is Kyle Lefevre's number 228 machine. Tommy Picture has problems for Garrett Roby. I believe tire down on that number 619. And we'll see if he comes down PNC Pit Road. May have just got loose, but it looked like almost a tire came down on that number 619. He has some right rear quarter panel damage. We'll see what happens to the number 619 machine. Yes, he will come down PNC Pit Road. Noah Allison, Mike Basham, Chase Adams all over the back bumper of the number 18 of Dylan Kalen. Ronnie Basham gets a little bit loose there right in front of Carter Cook's number 59. So one car going a lap down here momentarily. I believe that is Frick's number 7 with 5 laps, and Frick's going to try to get down. That could have been disastrous, as Noah Allison still leads 6 laps upon the Salem Speedway scoreboard. Like we talked about, we do utilize the choose rule here at Salem Speedway. In case there was a caution, they would get to choose high or low. Right now, still clean and green. Haven't really seen much cautions in this division in the 2024 season. So everyone gets around Salem Speedway so far. Now the number 27 machine, Josh Walker, he's down on the inside. He is moving. Looks like he's going to try to make his way to PNC Pit Road as well. Still Noah Allison with 8 laps upon the board. Tim Smith's number 51, he will go a lap down on the field. So right now, your top 5 pretty much staying consistent. Noah Allison, Mike Basham, Dylan Kalen, Chase Adams, and Ronnie Basham III. Once again, heading off down the front straightaway. Gaggle of cars through the back of the pack over in turns number 3 and 4. Still Noah Allison, but all the cars have not let him get too far away. Looking on back from there, outside of the top 5, you have Carter Cook in the number 59. Then Mike Cassell in the number 24 machine, I believe that is, the yellow car. $35 laps, not very much time for the back half to get to the front, as we usually see a 50 or 75 lap race here at Salem Speedway in the Crown Vics. So just a 35 lap sprint here tonight is all they're going to be faced with. And Noah Allison's out front so far. Mike Basham, Dylan Kalen, Chase Adams, and Ronnie Basham still your top 5, as 11 laps upon the Salem Speedway scoreboard. More slower traffic up ahead. It is Katie St. Clair's 181 and Joshua Kress 04 machine. I believe those 2 cars still on the lead lap. The number 7 of Frick, 1 lap down so far. He's getting ready to go another lap down, but Noah Allison's number 24 down the back straightaway. $12 laps upon the board right now. They work down in turns 3 and 4, down out of 4 right now, down to the stripe. 13 laps upon the board. Here comes Noah Allison behind 04 of Joshua Kress and the MR Heating and Air Ride of Katie St. Clair's 181. They work over in turns number 3 and 4. So now Noah Allison's going to be forced to go to the inside. And now will Mike Basham stay to the high side? This is what you have to watch here. Noah Allison forced to the inside. Now Katie St. Clair goes to the inside. And oh, big problems as Katie St. Clair, a slower car, and we talked about how lap traffic and slower traffic makes a difference. And Noah Allison had no choice but to go, as he knew that he had to get in position. So tough break for the 181 of Katy St. Clair, but like we talked about, we see this a lot. Noah Allison had no choice but to put the pressure as he knew that they were coming on the high side. So here is the word from race control. The caution, now this is interesting, the caution is for the 181 spinning. But the 24 got into her, so the 24 of Allison going to start on the tail. So that is the word from race control. Word is the messenger. So that is the word from race control. So 24 of Allison going to go to the tail end here momentarily for the restart. And sometimes the pressure can bite you, that's for sure, but that's exactly what we saw there. So once race control sorts it all out, we'll go to the choose. Now, if you've never seen the choose before, I know some people here have been to a racetrack, some have not, but you see the cone right there in front of the flag stand. Now, what will happen is when they choose, you will either choose the inside or outside. Now, what is the significance? Well, if you're running, say, 8th, 9th, 10th place and no one takes the inside, and you're the first car that takes the inside, say you're running 10th, now you're on the outside or the inside of the front row. So you will gain positions. Now on the scoring, you will still be scored in 10th spot, but once it all situates itself with the transponders, then you will see how that forms. So the choose rule will come up shortly as you see the discrepancy with the 24 of Noah Allison. Going to talk to GB down there, track officials. So 14 laps officially scored of the 35 here tonight, not short of the halfway point so far. Don't forget, race fans, next time we are in action here will be the Firecracker 200 weekend coming up on July 5th and 6th. That is not a Saturday and Sunday this year. It is now a Friday and Saturday. Sunday will be utilized. Hopefully we don't need it for the rain date, of course, for the Firecracker 200. The Impact Rescue Safety Team still on the back stretch. The attention of Katy St. Clair's 181 machine. Bouncing off the inside retaining wall. Joshua Kress is 04. Going to pull off in that 04 machine. Mike Basham, already one big win in 2024 at the Lorain Raceway Park in Lorain County, Ohio. Picked up the Jackpot Nationals. Dylan Caitlin, your overall fastest qualifier today, as the invert was a 4 drawn. So good run by the number 18 crew. You saw Carter Cook, already one win. Ronnie Basham III, he knows how to get around the high banks, already one win on the season in Red Ball Recycling Victory Lane. A lot of front runners up front. Chase Adams, don't count him out in that 34, short track champion here in the past. A lot of these drivers, veterans of the Crown Vic division, as many know that Crown Vic's racing started at the Sportsdrome Speedway. Ironically, started in 1947. Same year that Salem Speedway. We just talked about this on the podcast, the history of Indiana racing. Like I said, if you want to hear some great racing news, go to wildwillgreenwell.com or look it up on any podcast platform. We're in 43 states, 13 countries now. We talked about how Salem Speedway opened up, I believe, It was June or July or something like that, August maybe. In 1947, Sportstrom Speedway opened 2 months later. And all three mayors of New Albany, Jeffersonville, and Louisville attended the 1947 race at Sportstrom Speedway. So pretty cool, a little history of racing that kind of started in 1947 around the area. And if you can believe this, the attendance at Sportstrom Speedway's opener in 1947 was 11,000 people. Can you believe that? That's pretty impressive. 11,000 people at Sportstrom Speedway in 1947. I'm sure there wasn't much to do, okay? It's not like 2024, but pretty cool. And then, of course, you have the second oldest track in the nation in Indiana. That is Winchester Speedway. And, of course, the oldest racetrack in the world, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So pretty cool for Indiana. And also, did you know that Indiana has the most short tracks in a square mile in the whole United States? So another fact for you. Choose this time. They will choose this time, and 2 to go to the restart. So this time by, they will choose. Now, you're going to see most people choose the high side because that is the preferred groove here at Salem Speedway. But the one to watch is who's going to be the first person to choose the inside, because you're going to be on the inside of the front row for the restart. And Dylan Kalen's going to say, I'm not going to wait, I'm going to go to the inside. As Chase and Ronnie pick the high side, here comes Carter Cook. He chooses the inside. Mike Cassell goes to the high side. So as you see now, going to be very interesting here momentarily. And got to give them shout outs. The fresh squeezed lemonade in the Mac Concourse. She has already brought me 2 cups of that. Check it out, that fresh squeezed lemonade. Delicious. So make sure you check that out all back there in the main concourse. Taking care of me tonight. I love it in the press box. But getting ready and set to go for the restart. 1 to go at the line from Barry Schmidtley on top of the flag stand here at Salem Speedway. So Mike Basham trying to park it in Victory Lane, but there's another Basham up there that if anyone has anything to say about it from that little Lorraine Raceway Park, you know, you hear on news and social media, the Battle of the Bashams here today at Salem Speedway. A lot of great talent in the Crown Vics that have started. That is my big point. Since this division started at Sportstrom Speedway, a lot of veteran drivers through the ranks of the Sportstrom Speedway and Salem Speedway Crown Vics. So here we go. Eddie Gilstrap Motor Pace Vehicle picks up speed, makes the hard left-hand turn, and Mike Basham set to bring us to the restart at the Donnie Mingus restart zone. We are back underway. So down into turns 1 and 2. Dylan Kalen still committed to the inside, but you can see why the high side is the preferred groove as Mike Basham. But here comes Chase Adams now in that 34C, but Ronnie Basham, he is committed to the high side as well. So Ronnie Basham going to move to the top 3 now in that 3rd spot. We talked about the high side. It's a working here at Salem Speedway. Here comes Carter Cook as well. Dylan Kalen's going to have to get to that high side or he's going to continue losing spots in that number 18. $16 laps up on the board right now. As they head on down, here comes Chase Adams. He makes his way to the inside. Here comes Carter Cook, 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. Carter Cook now trying to go to the inside, something some people can't do here at Salem Speedway on the passing side of it. But down the front straightaway they go, still going to be Mike Basham. Chase Adams, the 2nd spot. Ronnie Basham, the 3rd in the 3rd spot. Dylan Kalen now gets past Carter Cook for the 4th spot. We talked about the dangers of going to the inside trying to pass rather than staying on the high side. One car gets loose coming out of turn number 4, and that is, I believe, Johnny Wheeler in that number 31 machine. Don't know if he has a tire down or what. So Johnny Miller, the third, in that number 31, having a little bit of problems there. Don't know exactly what's going on with Johnny Miller. But the battle is up front as Mike Basham still has it. Chase Adams all over the back bumper. As they head off down the back straightaway, here comes Dylan Kalen, number 18, pulls to the left rear quarter panel of Ronnie Basham, the third. Ronnie Basham still committed to the high side. "20 laps, 15 laps to go now. Once again, down the back straightaway, still Mike Basham, Chase Adams, and Ronnie Basham the third. Dylan Kalen, Carter Cook, James Micasell, Jerry Payne, Kyle Lefevre back there. Todd Harrison 06 and John Lister's 45. Break away from Dunn and the rest of the gang with 21 laps up on the board. Here comes Chase Adams to the inside of Mike Basham. Drag race down the back straightaway. How hard is Chase Adams going to push into turns number 3 right now? Side by side, trying to come out of turn number 4. Still going to be Mike Basham leading that. 22 laps upon the Salem Speedway scoreboard. Now Frick yet again going a lap down as Chase Adams trying to stick right behind him. Ronnie Basham still in that third spot with Carter Cook now in the 4th spot, getting past Dylan Kalen. All cars up front in that first pack, all nose to tail as they head off down the front straightaway. 23 laps complete. What a run by Chase Adams tonight, all over the back bumper of the 35 of Mike Basham. You can see how greasy this track is right now. A lot of these Crown Vics in traction, slipping and sliding all over the racetrack. Next time by, going to be just 10 more circuits around Salem Speedway. Here comes Dylan Kalen, gets a run down the back straightaway on the inside of Carter Cook's number 59. Chase Adams still all over the back bumper of Mike Basham. What a race we're seeing here tonight in Crown Vic on site, or excuse me, Mike's Muffler and Brake Crown Vics. You're getting a good look here at SalemSpeedway.tv if you're watching at home tonight. What a phenomenal, phenomenal race we're having in this 35-lap main event with just 10 laps to go. The 34 chasing the 35 right now. "26 laps up on the board. Chase Adams now switches to the inside. He likes the run. Here he goes outside turn 2. Drag race down the back straightaway once again. Chase Adams side by side. Here we go. Turns 3 and 4. Chase gets a little bit loose now. Coming out of turn number 4 to the stripe. Still going to be Mike Basham. 2-car breakaway. Ronnie Basham the third trying to hold on to the number 3 spot in front of Carter Cook and Dylan Kalen. What a finish we're setting up here for tonight in this Crown Vic 35. The 35 right now leading this one with 28 laps upon the board. And oh, debris on the front stretch, and I think Ronnie Basham may have a tire that just let go on that number 86. And yes, debris was the call, and then we saw Ronnie Basham. And a tire has exploded. Tough break on the 86 of Ronnie Basham III. And that's the reason for the caution flag with 7 laps to go. Tough break. Ronnie Basham III going to come down PNC Pit Road. But you have to believe he's going to be a threat during the Red Whirl Big Bang 100 here on July the 5th. So, yep, right rear, you can see it right there coming down PNC Pit Road on the number 86 of Ronnie Basham III. Tough break for that team. So the Eddie Gilstrap Motor Impact Rescue Safety Team doing their duties here tonight. 7-lap shootout. How about this? Chase Adams all over the back bumper of Mike Basham. We'll find out how this one concludes in 7 laps. Race fans, once again, we can't thank each and every one of you for coming out to Salem Speedway tonight on a blistering day. A lot of you got here to see practice a little bit earlier on. We appreciate that. Everyone watching on YouTube and Facebook on salemspeedway.tv. If you could not be here tonight, thank you for tuning in. We truly appreciate each and every one of you tuned in to Salem Speedway, the historic High Banks. And one of the biggest races that everyone is talking about is the return of open wheel racing here at Salem Speedway on September the 7th. The 500 Sprint Car Tour rolls back in to Salem Speedway. That's going to be a good night. Mark your calendars for Saturday, September the 7th. So once again, once this cleanup is complete, they will get the call from race control for the choose rule. They will have 7 laps left to go in this shootout. I'll have the top 3 down trackside at the conclusion of this one. And then it will be almost time for the Semis on the High Bank Challenge presented by the Larson Group and Peterbilt of Louisville to conclude the evening of great fun here at Salem Speedway. So waiting the final clearance for track crew to make sure everything is good to go. This time the call just went out. 2 to go and choose. 2 to go and choose. They will choose on the front straightaway. We see about every big series in America do that, including NASCAR now. They have the choose rule, and this is what the cone painted on the straightaway stands for. As the cars will come by to choose, this time by for a 7-lap shootout. It's going to be a good one, race fans. Top 3 at the podium down in Red Ball Recycling Victory Lane at the conclusion. So the top 2 cars choose the high side, and that could be a big move for Carter Cook on the inside. He is a one-time winner on the High Banks. He may do it again. We're going to find out here momentarily. One to go at the line next time by. 1 to go at the line next time by. So lights are out on the Eddie Gilstrap Motor Space Vehicle. 7-lap shootout coming up next for the Crown Vics. This one should be good. How will the pressure amp to Mike Basham's number 35? We're going to find out here shortly. Eddie Gilstrap Motor Space Vehicle picks up speed. He goes over in turns 3 and 4. He makes that hard left-hand turn. Race fans, this could be the final restart. Who's it going to be? We're going to find out in 7 laps at the Donnie Mingus restart zone. We are back underway. Chase Adams still a good start behind Mike Basham's number 35 machine. Mike Cassell back there gets a little bit loose. He gathers that car back up. Right now, still Mike Basham in the lead. "29 laps upon the board. Yellow flag on the back for Kyle Lefevre's number 228. We saw it kind of watching him just a little bit. He loses control and goes down to the front straightaway. Or excuse me, the back straightaway. And tough break for the number 228 of Kyle Lefevre. One lap complete there, yet another restart coming. Looks like Kyle Lefevre is going to be able to continue. So tough break once again for that 228 machine. Looks like Kyle Lefevre is going to be able to rejoin the tail end of the field. 29 laps upon the Salem Speedway scoreboard. So everyone at home right there, looks like the 41 of Tyler Payne and 228 of Kyle Lefevre got together there. And that is what went for the 228 for a loop over in turns number 2. So just saw it on the replay. Brought to you by Dirt 2 Media, of course, SalemSpeedway.tv. So hopefully going to have a restart here with 29 laps upon the board. And we'll have top 3 trackside at the Red Ball Recycling Victory Lane. Two to go and choose this time by. Two to go and choose this time by. Yet again, getting ready for a restart. So two to go and choose. There it is. So now Dylan Kalin takes the inside to Mike Basham. And the high side, Mike Basham. Now Jerry Payne, watch out for him. He has won on the high banks before. Now you see the events positions that the 41 of Tyler Payne picked up. Excuse me, that is the 49 of Paul Hartledge on the inside second row. And you can see the twin car, the number 40, up there on the high side, third row back. That is Jerry Payne. So those two cars, teammates, of course. So going to be lights out next time by. Getting ready and set. 6 laps set to be the distance. So 6 laps next time by. Lights are out on the pace vehicle. Mike Basham still up on the point. Chase Adams behind him. Dylan Kalen in that 3rd spot, officially on scoring. 40 of Jerry Payne and the 59 of Carter Cook. That is your top 5. Down the back straightaway, getting ready for the restart. Pace vehicle picks up speed, getting ready to see the green flag yet again here at Salem Speedway. Six-lap shootout. Here we go. Going to try it again here tonight, and we are back underway. So now Chase Adams, here comes Dylan Kalen to the inside. Good run outside turn number 2, down the back straightaway, 3-car breakaway. Dylan Kalen going to try to shove it in. Here we go, down in turns number 3 and 4, 5 laps to go. Battling down the back straightaway, 1 car slow here on the front straightaway. But here they come, turns 3 and 4, still going to be Mike Basham leading the fray. Caution flag comes out for the number 28 or 29 of Dunn. He's going to get it to the pit road. So off the track, but another caution flag with 5 laps to go now. So it was 8 laps, 7 laps, 6 laps, now 5 laps to go. As trying to wind this one down here tonight, but still Mike Basham out front, Chase Adams, Dylan Kalen, your top 3. So Gage Dunn going to pull down his pit area, and you can see on the TV screen right now the front left tire just looks like there's more than just a flat tire on that number 29 machine. So that crew going to have to go to work. So 5-lap shootout coming up next. Mike Basham, Chase Adams, Dylan Kalen, your top 3. Paul Hartledge now in that 4th spot. And now Tyler Payne works his way up to the 5th spot for the Owensboro, Kentucky driver. Coming to the choose cone this time by. Coming to the choose this time by. So will anyone's efforts change? Will Dylan Kalen stay high? Will he be the first car to go inside? We're going to find out this time by. So there you have it. So now the 49 of Paul Hartledge is going to go to the inside. So now your 4th place car going to start on the inside of row number 1. Very interesting here. How are they going to handle the pressure? And now what this does for Tyler Payne is now puts him up on the inside of row number 2 and John Lister inside row number 3. And this is the product of the choose rule here at Salem Speedway and a lot of other tracks throughout the United States. It puts the positions of the drivers in their own hands. So this is very interesting. That way you can't say, hey, I advanced 2 spots or not. You're the one choosing. So here we go. 1 to go signal. This time by 5-lap shootout, top 3 on Red Ball Recycling Victory Lane. So Red Ball Recycling, we appreciate them yet again for being the 2024 Victory Lane sponsor here at Salem Speedway. Lights are out on the pace vehicle, getting ready to pick up speed yet again. We're going to see what happens this time. 30 laps up on the Salem Speedway scoreboard, 5 laps around the over half-mile 33-degree banking course left to decide this one here tonight. Eddie Gilstrap Motor Space Vehicle makes the hard left-hand turn into Victory Lane, getting ready to see the green flag wave outside turn number 4 at the Donnie Mingus restart zone, and we are back underway. Good start from Paul Hartledge. Down in turns 1 and 2, and how about this right now? Paul Hartledge now tries to make his way to the front. Mike Basham works his way on the high side yet again, but here comes Paul Hartledge side by side. Here we go outside turn number 4. It's still Mike Basham with 4 laps to go. So here we go, down in turns number 3 and 4. Chase Adams all over the back bumper. Here comes Chase Adams to the inside of Mike Basham. Good battle so far. Here comes Chase Adams. He tries to go to the number 1 spot. He'll go down the back straightaway. 2 drivers side to side as they enter turns number 3 and 4 with 32 laps up on the board. Here they come, and Chase Adams still going to be Mike Basham at the line with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. They go down to turns 1 and 2. Chase Adams tries to get the run. What a race here. Drag race down the back straightaway right now, 2 by 2. And big wreck as James Micasell goes around. Caution flag going to yet wave again. And oh, big pile up in the back straightaway. So a big caution flag to the end of this race, as it was getting dicey up front, that's for sure. And Mike Basham still going to be your leader. And big melee towards the back of the field. So going to sort the lineup up and another restart. Now this time going to be a 2-lap shootout. So you can see a lot of damage on the K81 there. And the back end pretty much torn up a lot on that car, but looks like everything's moving pretty steadily on that number K81. So tough break there, but man, turns 3 and 4, yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but Chase Adams going for the lead there. And Mike Basham's 35, he was all over. So that really saved Mike Basham's 35 right there. So looking for yet another win, but don't count out Chase Adams. So 33 laps upon the board, top 3 trackside and Red Ball Recycling Victory Lane here at the conclusion. And semis will be lining up at the conclusion of that for their introductions and their 30-lap main event here tonight. So trying to get the lineup situated with the number 8 of Bradley Moore and whatnot. So before we conclude this one, 2-lap shootout, 33 laps up on the board like we talked about, just 2 laps away from a finish here. So green, white, checkered finish coming up here in the Crown Vic division. Proudly sponsored by Mike's Muffler and Brakes. We appreciate them yet again coming on board as the title sponsor of the Crown Vics on the High Banks in 2024. 1 to go and choose this time by. So they're going to change it. 2 laps to go and choose this time by. 2 laps to go and choose. So here we go. This may be the most important choose of the race with 2 laps to go. So choose this time and 2 laps to go. So this time by, going to be 2 laps to go and choose. 2 laps to go and choose this time by for your leader, Mike Basham, trying to park it in victory lane tonight. And then right now, Chase Adams all over the back bumper in the number 34 machine. Already won championship here at Salem Speedway on the short track. Lights are out on the Eddie Gilstrap Motor Space vehicle. Getting ready to see the green flag next time by. They'll fire at the Donnie Mingus restart zone. 2 by 2, now Tyler Payne on the inside. So now Chase Adams picking the inside of Mike Basham. We talked about it. Mike Basham picked up a big win at the Jackpot Nationals at the Lorraine Raceway Park this year in Ohio, trying to get another big win here at Salem Speedway here tonight. 2 laps to go. Eddie Gilstrap Motor Space vehicle makes the hard left-hand turn into PNC Pit Road, and the Donnie Mingus restart zone sets to refire. Here we go to the green flag. Big crash down the front straightaway. And that's going to be Carter Cook, and it looks like Todd Harrison. You could hear that bounce off the inside retaining wall. And another caution flag, a big wreck down the front straightaway, and that car is pretty much totaled out. You can see the front end. They're going to check on those drivers. And there is your short track winner, Carter Cook, moving around in the vehicle. And Impact Rescue safety team going to check on the 06 of Todd Harrison, which took the lick. Looks like he is moving around inside of the cockpit. Race fans, let's give those drivers a round of applause. I know you could hear it out there. It was a lick for sure, and you can see right there on one of the sponsorships. Just, man, what a hard hit on that 06 of Todd Harrison, and he is not happy. You can see the frustration on that 06 driver. So everyone watching at SalemSpeedway.tv, you can see the camera work doing a great job. You can see up close and personal the Todd Harrison number 06 machine. DFAB on front of that metal fabricating company. Going to have to do some work on that 06 machine. Moby Dick also on board, and you can see the replay here momentarily if you're watching at home. Just a tough break for those drivers involved. And we'll try to give you another look at it right here. Just a very tough break and big accident, just hard hit for Todd Harrison and Carter Cook. Joshua Crest, he got a little bit of it in the 04 machine. But as you can see, there it goes. The Wilcox Towing and Recovery doing a great job with the Impact Safety Rescue team. And Todd Harrison's car, definitely going to need a new clip in that. Man, just a tough break. You hate to see that at the conclusion of a race like this. 33 laps upon the board with just 2 laps to go. Most of the season we've seen, and oh, we didn't see that right here. We now get a different camera angle, and you can see the 31 of Johnny Miller almost flips that car as he rides the wall. And Kyle Lefevre, I believe, right behind him. So we got a good angle shot as the number 31 of Johnny Miller, the third, actually all the way on his side, which we didn't get to see that down the front stretch. So tough break for a lot of these drivers, and they're going to send out Washington County EMS just to check on these drivers. So tough break, race fans. We're going to take a moment of break here, play some music just to catch our breath a little bit, and we'll be back with the conclusion of this 35-lap main event here tonight.
So 1 to go this time by as they choose, and Chase Adams going to take the bottom. Paul Hartledge's going to stay to the top. Dylan Kaling goes to the inside. Tyler Payne now going to go to the high side. Jerry Payne to the inside. So here we go, 1 to go at the start-stop lane. Here we go. Eddie Gilstrap Motor Pace vehicle has the lights out. We're going to try this one again. 33 laps on the Salem Speedway scoreboard. 2 laps remain here tonight for the Crown Vics. We'll find out. Will it be the last start? Eddie Gilstrap Motor Pace vehicle picks up speed yet again. He'll make the hard left-hand turn down PNC Pit Road. So here we go. Mike Basham, Chase Adams leads us to the Donnie Mingus restart zone. And green flag, we are underway. Turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Dylan Kaling hung up on the bottom. He'll try to move to the top. Here we go, 3-car battle. They'll see the white flag fly next time by. Once again, here comes Chase Adams all over the back end of Mike Basham. They exit turns number 4. White flag in the air. One more time around Salem Speedway. Chase Adams now dips to the inside. Gets a little bit loose. Makes contact with your leader. Here they go down the back straightaway one more time. Who's it going to be at the line? Chase Adams jumps to the inside. Battle is, it's going to be Mike Basham picking up the win, followed by Chase Adams, and Dylan Kaling rounds out your top 3. Top 3 in Red Ball Recycling victory lane here at Salem Speedway, fueled by the Hoosier Lottery. We'll let the drivers unbuckle and get out of the cars here before the interview. Top 3 down here at Red Ball Recycling victory lane. Getting ready, of course, the next big time we'll see the Crown Vics will be on July 5th for the Red Roll Big Bang 100. And that will be possibly over 50 Crown Vics starting that race that night on July the 5th. So we'll let these drivers get unbuckled. Chase Adams climbs out of the number 34C machine. Dylan Kaling's number 18. And race fans, Mike Basham climbs from the car in the 35B machine of the Diesel Boys LLC machine. There he is, Mike Basham. And Miranda Basham down there, his daughter, of course. And now here comes Mike Basham. Well, Mike, you can come up here real quick. We'll get a word with you. That way we don't lose you here. And we'll have Mikey come up here with me, please, if you can get his attention. Mike Basham, if you could come up here, please. As he gets his hat. Tell him come over here. Yeah.
Well, you get out of the car, my man, taking a breath. Always fun watching you now. What a 2024 for you. You picked up the win at Lorraine Raceway Park. You come down here, Salem Speedway. Of course, this has to give you a little motivation going into July 5th's 100-lap main event.
Yes, Noah's fast. 34's fast. But I got to work on the 35. Poor old girl's just old stock Mercury, so I'm lucky to be here.
Well, Mike, you know, we talk about it. Anybody named Mike Basham, you know how to get around in these cars, ARCA cars, no matter what you drive. But, of course, at the end of this race, it was more attrition. Caution, caution, caution. But you were there where it mattered most. What about Chase Adams? What a battle between you and him.
Chase drove me good. Thank you, young man. My right rear tire is down to the cord bad. You get that on the camera, that'll be good for.
Well, who would you like to thank?
I got to thank Diesel Boys, Platinum Towing, RT Fabrication, MVP Plumbing, S&R Towing. I'm old. I have to have 2 record services on my car, so. And
he said, hold on.
Hold on. Haynes Auto and Max Auto Salvage. I want to thank my Uncle Dugan, my stepmother for spotting, Andy for coming and help, and I want to thank my baby and my grandbaby. And where's Chantel?
Well, there he is, Mike Basham, your winner tonight in the 35 lap, Mike's Muffin Break Crown Vics. Chase Adams and Dylan Kalin will have you come over here, my friends. That way we don't lose you. We want to make sure we get a word from you. You know, Chase Adams, you're a former champion here in the short tracks. Congratulations. Now we talk about the battle you and Mike Basham had. He just smiled about it. You were coming on late. Now, that caution flag we had, man, you almost had the inside advantage. Of course, cautions with everything happening over in turns number 2. What about that race here?
I definitely couldn't breathe the entire time being next to him. That dude can drive. But, man, I got to thank everybody on the car. I really hate that we had a horrible year, and it definitely paid off right second before our second biggest race of the year. I'd like to thank my dad and my mom and my girlfriend, and everybody that's helped out on the car, Joey for bringing the car, and most importantly, I thank my car owner, Greg Green, for building me a hell of a fucking car.
Well, there he is, Chase Adams in second, and we'll get Dylan Kalin, your last interview. Top finish in the third podium.
And I'd like to thank Brian for buying me a set of tires for this race.
Well, there you go. You need those to get around here. Dylan Kalin, congratulations. Third place run. You know, you were fastest qualifier coming into today. You know, the invert was a 4. You started 4, but you stayed in front most of all race, and you finished P3. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was a dogfight there. That was 35 qualifying laps, man. I knew it was going to be rough because there was no need to save tires tonight. Everybody was going to be on go, and I'm just glad to survive that one.
Well, I mean, you're always fast here in the Crown Vics. Of course, like I talked to Mike about here, July 5th, going to be 100 laps around Salem Speedway in the Crown Vic, the second biggest Crown Vic race of the year. That has to give you some motivation going into that night.
Oh, yeah, looking forward to getting back to that kind of racing, a little bit of give and take it easy in the beginning, man, because I don't want to tear race cars up, and that's exactly what we're damn near doing every lap out there.
Well, who would you like to thank on that number 18?
I got to thank my dad first and foremost. He turns all the wrenches. My mom for allowing my dad to spend that time. My wife. Father-in-law Sean Smith, Kyle Lefevre's Curbing. Got a new sponsor of this race. Hang on, buddy. T2 Motorsports. Thanks, Tommy Arson, coming on board. All my guys that help out Praj and come to the track. Jamie Fleener, he's a big help. Jason Thompson, Cody Hobart, he jumped in the spot tonight. And Bradley Moore, he did my cage for me, Elevated Fabrication. And shout out to my line haul guys from Estes for coming out and checking out the race. Hope you all enjoy the truck race, too.
Well, there he is, Dylan Kalin, your third place finish here tonight at Salem Speedway.